It's your boy Noto, back in these YouTube streets because your boy won't miss a beat. And in today's video, we're going to discuss what being a janitor taught me about women, part 2. So, I made a good video. I'm glad you guys actually engaged with the video. The video is doing pretty well about what being a janitor taught me about women. But I feel like there's a couple things I need to reiterate because a lot of comments was on there saying some stuff that still just goes against the whole concept. So I'm gonna go ahead on and address those comments and just go ahead on and tell you more about what being a janitor taught me about women. As I said before in my previous video, is that long as you're in a good form, like when you're in a form where you looking good and you stick out, you stand out in the crowd, and you're a good looking man and you in these type of positions, that transcends the job title that you have, and women will definitely deal with you. Now I want to deal with a comment that I seen, and it said oh, they only deal with you for like one night, or it's only like this, it's only going to be short term, bro, it's not going to work, bro, they need this money, they need this, they need that. No, they haven't been in that position. They haven't been in that position. See, when you start talking to a woman, you start engaging with her, when you get to the point where y'all start smashing and stuff like that, all logic goes out the door. That's what you don't understand. The job title's not being mentioned, all that stuff's not being mentioned, and that can go on for a while. And that can make her like, okay, what if they be like, okay, classism, all right? They'll be like, okay, what about her friend groups? You know, you don't fit into her society, you don't fit into her you don't fit into her world type deal. You know what, her friends, they always going back and forth about who got this, who got these accolades and stuff like that. Chicks have turned on their families for a man. Chicks have turned on if you think they care about some friends and stuff like that, it's women that will definitely turn on their friend groups for a man. They definitely will. They'll be like, oh yeah, you got your bell, he's a janitor, or even this, that, or that. You think she gonna sit around and let them make fun? Some of them don't care. They will tell it, oh yeah, this is the janitor, I'm talking to him. Oh, ooh, what? Even if they try to say something, and if she goes against her, and her attraction for you is that strong, she will leave their ass. Definitely, she don't care. They won't care. Now, if they're so fixated on their friend groups and they want to have their man to be able to brag about this and that, you know, then of course they're gonna be acting like, okay, they'll have you in the shadows or whatever. That's what guys think, that they're only confined to only being in the shadows or being a side dude. If you're a janitor and you're messing with an upper class woman finds you attractive. Like I said, when you're in that form, you transcend the job title that you're in because of the sexual attraction and magnetism that you have. So I'm gonna tell you right now, you're not confined to just being there, especially if y'all have conversations. Who said that you're wanting to stay to being a janitor? I had people saying, oh, you should just want to be a janitor, you should want to get out of there, you should want, bro, who said you just want to stay a janitor? No one's saying that. I'm talking about, it's just a current situation. It is your current situation at the point in time. You're working as a janitor, and it taught me a bunch of things. It taught me a bunch of things about women. It's teaching me different things, like I'm holding a dustpan and broom in my hand, like literally sweeping up the lobby area, whatever. And this woman over here, I'm talking about, they just hopped out of a Benz, and her husband's over there, and she's sitting there carrying on conversations with me. She keep on trying to carry on the conversation with me. The husband trying to get her to go, trying to get her to leave, trying to get her to, shorten the conversation up. She still want to talk. She's sitting there definitely, literally flirting with me in front of her husband. I got a broom and dustpan in my freaking hand. You think she give a fuck about what the hell I'm doing? No. I had chicks come and talk to me while I'm taking out the trash. You think they give a fuck about what I'm doing? They see me taking out the trash. They see me wearing this uniform. You see what I'm saying? So, like I say, even when you in this type of form, that shit transcend that. Think of the heartthrobs y'all see, like a guy that look like Chris Brown, a guy that look like Michael B. Jordan. He's working in one of these places right here. Not minus the clout, minus all that stuff, just in their forms that they're in right now. You think they wouldn't get some house right now? And even then, they'd be like, oh, guys, like I said, only for short term, or you weren't going to be able to provide, or you weren't going to be able to do this. Like I say, they don't care, bro. They don't care, bro. If they see some slight bit of ambition in you, bro, they'll work with you, bro. They'll definitely work with you, bro. They'll move you in the house, bro. They'll let you drive the car, all kind of stuff like that. Not saying you got to be on some homosexual type thing, or you got to stay with her and let her take care of it and stuff like that. But it gets to the point where they do it automatically. They automatically turn into the caretaker. You knocking down the boots good, you smashing good. She don't give a dang. She'd probably dealt with guys that probably had less. Even with the guys that she said, oh, will be in her upper class level or social class level, she don't give a damn about that either. Now, if she want a person that to have on the face of the billboard to fit into society, and she cares a lot about her friend group and stuff like that, that is a thing. That is a thing, and I understand that. But that could be infiltrated as well. And like I said, they will turn their backs on that shit. If it's strong enough and their attraction is strong enough, and it won't fit into it, she'll even bring you to a function. Oh yeah, well he's a janitor. Oh yeah, yeah. And if you stand your ground on what you are and who you are or whatever and whatever you doing, you ain't got to tell them about what you trying to do, your aspirations, and none of that. Yeah, I'm this right now, and I got other plans. That's all you got to say. I've been in that situation where I've been around other dates and they got more than me. I'm the janitor, and she around her other upper class friends. They got big jobs in the corporation, CEO. We're not saying CEO. She was like they had manager positions working in like corporate types of environments and stuff like that. I was the only one really out of place when you look at everything, um, employee wise or being employed wise. I was pretty much the oddball at the one. I was pretty much at the bottom of the totem pole. I was pretty much a janitor sitting around other girls that work in cubicles and shit like that. And they talking about this and they talking about that. They ain't give a damn about that. The women was talking about how good I look. They was talking about how good I look with her and her friends. So I'm not saying I'm the most handsome guy. I'm not saying I'm the most all this attractive guy and all that stuff like that. But I'm just showing you guys how we can transcend that. Even when okay, oh he's a general, okay, oh, cool, that's fine, all right, of course. But when they look at the package, they want one too. It's almost like oh she see a dog or something like that, but she stay in an apartment where she can't keep a dog. But her friends be like, man, I want me a dog too. Shoot, I want to have it, even if it's for a short time. But guess what? They'll end up moving to a place where they can keep that dog long term. Oh yeah, I know that's a funny analogy to make with this situation, but it is what it is, man. It is what it is. I'm telling you, it transcends that. So you be like, oh, these upper class women won't want no janitor, or they won't want this, or they won't want that. No, you don't know what the hell they want. Trust and believe me, it's a lot of more. It's much more crazier shit than happened in these types of situations than just a woman that's upper class going with a janitor. It's just way crazier shit than it happened out here. So that is definitely not that big of a deal when it comes to crazy shit that's happening. Like no, that's not the crazy. It's even crazier shit that's happening than that. So what being a janitor taught me about women basically is that if you are in a good form and you are an attractive man and you are in these types of situations, they don't give a damn about your job title. It transcends your job title. And I've said that over and over again, and I'm going to continue to say that. And yes, you can have long-term situations with this, especially if they spot some type of ambition in you or whatever. But of course, a woman's not going to want a guy that is going to be complacent. But who's to say that it won't last long? Who's to say? Um, Depending on the woman probably don't give a damn about being with a guy that got all this and all that. She probably just wants some companionship, and she's in a upper class environment. A lot of those women are lonely. A lot of those women don't be having no type of friend groups and stuff like that they go to. Like a lot of them make a lot of that money, looking good, but ain't got no man, ain't got no life, ain't got no social life, or none of that stuff. You think they got it all going on just because they looking good, bro? A lot of these women lonely. They go back and they watch their stuff. They go out alone watching, drinking wine and stuff by themselves and stuff. A lot of these women do not be having no companionship. And you understand the power of companionship from a man that they find sexually attractive just to have him around. You think even if like get to the point where they feelings get involved, you think they won't want to take this man seriously? Even if he is just a janitor, they don't give a fuck about that shit, man. They see he doing something, making an honest living. They'll start to look past a lot of shit. Like I'm talking about, you knocking in the boots, y'all spending more time together, bro. A lot of that shit can, hey, a lot of that stuff gonna get not just gonna be just thrown out the window. Now, like I said before, and I've said this again and again, don't get in the damn comments talking about, oh, you shouldn't want to be a janitor, stop and stay there. I didn't say be complacent. I do say chase to be the best you can and use that as a build. I mean, use that as some type of springboard to get to where you want to be. But I'm talking about as far as it being your current situation, no, it cannot stop shit. Not if you're in a good form. No, if you're in a good enough form, you can pretty much do some type of damage that you wouldn't even heard of about this bitch. And the thing is, a lot of guys haven't experienced stuff like this because they lead with money and they feel like they got to be on some bullshit. And a lot of girls then convince them that they need money to get them because they're using them for the money. No, I'm not talking about you guys that are still messed up and you haven't had women actually lust after you because of your physical appearance. No, you haven't experienced that. You keep leading with possessions and all that other shit. You keep doing that while we over here actually getting the genuine desire. You see what I'm saying? So I'm gonna leave it at that, and I'm not gonna go too far into that. But just know, just being a janitor or guys that try to go on the road, yeah, he ain't got no more money than me. That shit don't matter. That is the stupidest argument you ever had. You actually exposing yourself when you say, oh, he ain't got no more money than me. We already see what the hell you doing to get the chicks. And that shit ain't nothing but borrowed time. What it is, it's transactional. She don't fucking like your ass. She'll leave for a bigger bag or whatever. Genuine desire help them hold on. Genuine desire make them fall in love and all that shit. Genuine desire make them turn on their own ideals and turn on their class, turn on their family. Make them want to pop out with a baby for you. That's what genuine desire do for you. So even transactional can make them want to pop out a baby. Of course, they want the cash flow to keep going. But you get what I'm saying. It's different. It's a difference between them wanting to have a baby for financial reasons and having a baby because of they want your genetics and literally want you. It's a big difference to the woman. So I'm gonna put it like this. Understand that. Get off that bullshit. Like I said last time, get off that bullshit. Because as long as you keep believing that the money is all you need, your chick's gonna be stepping out on your ass. If you ain't got no genuine desire, you ain't got nothing that's turning her on. Like you can't look at yourself in the mirror and be like, what's gonna turn a woman on about me? And if you can't picture women looking at you and lusting and being turned on by you, you have a problem. If you're being delusional, you have a problem. But you have work to do if you can't honestly say that. Honestly get choosing centers for women that actually lust after you. If you don't have this, if you ain't doing that, I don't want to hear shit that you got to say if you're not eliciting those types of responses from women. You're not getting those type of choosing signals. You're not getting that type of attention from women. You won't understand this shit. You see what I'm saying? This is another language to you. You ain't gonna understand this shit. So of course you're gonna be in the comments talking crazy. Oh, this ain't gonna work. This because you don't understand. You never had a woman look at you and say, oh, I want to fuck him. Never had that. So your opinion is invalid. You ain't in the field, motherfucker. Anyway, it's your boy Noto, back in these YouTube streets because your boy won't miss a beat. And remember, guys, anybody can improve themselves if they want to work at it. I'm out.